What's going on, guys? Welcome back to our Let's Play here on the Amplify Console Edition. Now, in the last episode, we went ahead and we knocked out the extension on our Nether Mob farm to do the grass, so we've got that resource covered. We've also got our rabbit's feet, they're covered. I have found one witch hut in my world so far, but the area that it's in is going to be a nightmare for trying to make an efficient witch farm out of. So I've sort of opened my world, a copy of my world in creative to fly around to load the terrain to see if I can find another one, and for the life of me I can't. And I spent a good 3-4 hours looking. So we're going to have to try figure something out with that witch hut. But today I wanted to get one of the other minor sort of resources up and running that we need, and that is a mushroom farm. Now, I tried my best to create a working mushroom farm in my redstone test world, and for the life of me, I was having absolute nightmares with it. I just need to make sure that I've got stuff on me that I need. Do that. I lost my ender chest, so I'm gonna have to grab another one of them. I know it's weird, but I have an ender chest in my ender chest, just in case, because I've got places that I have ender chests at, like here. If I lose my ender chest, then I could just go grab one from my ender chest, which I know it sounds weird, but it's just something that I like to make sure that I've got on me at all times. What was I saying? Yeah, mushroom farm. I was trying my best to create one in my redstone test world. For the life of me, I couldn't at all, and it was just after a good few hours, I then started scouring YouTube for working mushroom farms, like fully automatic ones, and there was some farms. There was one farm that I clicked on, and no word of a lie, it had like, I think it was like 30,000 views, and all it was a guy who's built a little sort of room or a house with a water stream underneath, and all he was doing was growing the larger mushrooms and then chopping them down with an axe. I don't think that you should be able to call that a farm. It's not a farm. It's like me saying, oh yeah, this is a awesome sort of tree farm, coming over here saying, oh, so like we get the tree, it grows, and then what we do is that we get our axe and we chop it down, and there we go. That's a working tree farm apparently. But yeah, it took me a while before I came across one that was actually a farm and was actually pretty good. And it's fully automatic, so there's no chopping down the larger mushrooms to get mushrooms. Although the farm design is extremely slow at producing mushrooms, mushrooms is something that we're not going to need in large quantities at all. So to have it passively collecting mushrooms sort of as we're in the area is extremely good, and the design itself is by ilmango. If you haven't seen him on YouTube, if you're watching my channel and haven't seen his videos before, then you're absolutely insane, because he's a redstone genius, and the farm design that he's done is just using the observer blocks. It's very simple, but it is a little bit resource intensive when it comes to observer blocks and pistons, because you're going to need an observer block on every single one of these podzol blocks, which I'm now currently collecting. And is my game just completely lagged out or something? Hello? Can I get some blocks? Thank you. Wow, that was a bit of a weird lag spike there. Yeah, I'm just over here collecting some podzol because this farm's going to use an absolute ton of it. I'm going to bring you back once I've got a fair bit of podzol and I'm ready to head over to see where we actually want to build it. So I guess I'll see you back in a sec. Alright guys, now I've actually gone ahead and I've managed to get a half a ton of podzol. And yeah, so we should have more than enough for our actual farm. Just heading back over to the fortress now. Slept away the night in our cottage. And we need to find somewhere to actually put this farm. Now, it's going to take up quite a lot of space. I still need to get quite a lot of resources together as well, because I think each section is going to be 4 along, and each section requires, what's it? It's going to be 4, 8, 12, 16 bits of podzol, 8 sticky pistons, and 8 observers for each section. And I want to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 15, about 20. So, what is that? It's going to be like 160 observers and about 160 sticky pistons for a mushroom farm, which seems a little bit insane, but yeah, it also means that we're going to have to clear out quite a big area for it. Now, I want it in this area because this area is going to be loaded, obviously, quite a lot, because I'm always over here at the moment. This is like our main sort of base and our main hub for everything. And it's a place that I spend the majority of my time usually. Unless I'm AFKing at a farm somewhere else. But this place has sort of got like a number of farms in it now. Like we've got the pumpkin and melon farms up and running. So first of all, I want to clear some of the other rubbish that I've picked up. So normal dirt and grass can go into there. We get rid of these birchwood planks that we picked up. And I do believe we've got some flowers. Yep. And I don't think we've got any mushrooms apart from the 7 that I've literally just picked up. Oh, we've got 2 brown ones in there. Wow, we're definitely going to have to farm some more. We've got the red ones now and we've got the brown ones there, so that's all ready to go. Let me grab a empty shulker box. I need to get rid of that one anyway. That could go into our mob drop chest. We've already got tons of these, so we've got rotten flesh, bones, blaze rods, more bones, some string. String, more bones. Move that one over there, and we'll throw some arrows into that one. And then, just to save us some room, let's get rid of all of this. Thank you very much. Now, let me see. Oh, that's not what I wanted to put in there. Put you back over there. I want to see how many observers we've actually got in sticky pistons. So we've got a couple of stacks of sticky pistons there. We've got normal pistons that we could change into sticky pistons because we've got more than enough slime blocks to turn into slime balls to change them. So that shouldn't be an issue on that. We've got a stack of observers there. About nearly half a stack there. I think we're going to be alright on pistons. It's the observers that looks like it's going to be a bit of an issue. I can't even remember how you make them. I know it's never quartz, isn't it? Observers. Redstone, dust, cobblestone. They're simple enough, and I think we should actually have quite a lot of the resources here. So if we get some of you, and say some of you, we're going to want probably a bit more of that. So just let me do a little bit of crafting here, get the resources together. And actually, before I go, because there's something I'm going to want to do in between this cut and the next one, is that I'm actually going to want to clear out the area. What I'm thinking is I'm going to just dig down somewhere in here. I'll probably put a little trapdoor down here, dig down from here and clear out a massive area underneath our fortress. So that way it's going to be in this area, it will be running passively while we're here, and yeah, hopefully build up mushrooms as we go. But that's going to take me a little bit of time to sort of get done, and it's going to be a lot of clearing out underneath. And it's a good thing because we are building up our farms in this area. Like we've got our Neverwart farm there, our rabbit farm there, we've got our pumpkin and melon farms inside our fortress, got carrot potato farms just up there. So having another farm in this area while we're around here that will be automatic and passively collecting will be extremely handy. So once I've done all of that and I've got all the resources together, I'll bring you back so we can start cracking on with it. So see you back in a sec. Okay guys, I've actually made quite a bit of progress now. Let me just run back over there. I've been trying to get resources together to actually build this thing. Ouch. Now, I did whack a beacon down there with a haste on it, so I could actually dig out the area a lot quicker. I started digging it out just normally, and then it was taking a lot longer than I wanted it to. And the area had to end up being quite a bit bigger than what I initially anticipated it to be. So yeah, I ended up digging out quite a large area if we get down here. And as you can see, it's all nice and cleared out now. If you're wondering about the dirt, I was just wondering how many sections I can get into each area and how many sections are long. So we're going to have how many units? Each unit is 4 long, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 along there. And then it's going to be 1, 2, 3, and 4. So it's going to be 32 different sections of 4. Now this design is created in a 4 long section depending on alternating the actual mushrooms. I'm going to quickly build the first one with you on camera. Now I did manage to get a stack of each of the mushroom kinds. Now I actually went to my mob spawner and get off of that one, and I actually made myself a, not that one, this one. Nope, not that one. We're looking for our axe. This one. So Fortune 3, Efficiency 5, Mending, Unbreaking to grow the mushrooms and then to chop them down. And still after doing that, it took me about an hour and a half to 2 hours chopping down mushrooms just to get just over a stack of each mushroom type, which is absolutely insane. So hopefully this mushroom farm will come in handy. I've definitely not got enough mushrooms to fill out the entire farm yet, but I'm just going to use the mushrooms that I have got, hopefully get enough mushrooms back from them in order to actually finish it. So yeah, we're just going to build the first one on camera. I should have some of my resources here. We're going to put that down like so. That's the wrong chest. It's got our rails in. So yeah, we've got 4 stacks of observers, 4 stacks of sticky pistons, an absolute ton of podzol, and a ton of powered rails. Now the powered rails is going to be running underneath of a hopper minecart to collect the actual mushrooms as and when they're harvested. Now this one relies on the natural spread of the mushrooms, so it's not going to be the quickest farm in the world. Now we want our furthest line to be over here. We want our middle section to be here. So yeah, that's going to be our middle. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's break this one as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then on here is where we want some of our mushrooms. Now this is obviously Ilmango's design, as I think I've mentioned before. It's been about a day or two since I've done any recording. So I spent some time clearing this out, and to be honest with you, the biggest time sink was getting enough mushrooms to actually start this farm and to get the enchantments that I wanted to on my new diamond axe. But yeah, that was all fun and games. So what you want to do is alternate the mushrooms 4 by 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then from there, we want more podzol either side. I don't even know where that one placed. Yep, no idea where that one placed. Ah, there it is. Make sure we got our silk touch on us, because we don't want to go losing any. Now we can run it along here. Just like so. And then we get rid of all of this dirt just here. Just marking out sections. And then we could probably get rid of this dirt here as well. Okay, and then we want another line of podzol just along the top without using our elytra. Like so. And then we should have some random junky scaffolding blocks. Trying to remember how to build this off by heart. It's a very simple design, so we want our observers facing obviously into there. Silk touch, thank you. Wow, I've got the efficiency, so it just tears through it. Then observers, sticky pistons. So we also want our other scaffolding block to be just there, I do believe. Break these and get our sticky pistons and place them along that. And one more. Thank you. Get rid of you. And then we want our observers facing into these blocks here. I think I may actually have to replace that podzol because it's not double activating. Hold on. Oh no, we're good. We're good. There we go. And then we've got to do the other, well, the same for the other side, but we want to be laying the same mushroom types along the top. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we want our scaffolding blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh. You. Get rid of you. And then we want to come 2 back, 1 over. Get rid of you and you. And then we want our sticky pistons. And place all of these alongside. So, feels like I'm getting very cramped for room already. Observers, thank you. One good thing about this is that the only resource of it is the actual sticky pistons and the observer blocks. The rest of it is fairly simple to get, barring the actual mushrooms. Like, there's no redstone cabling to run, no weird like circuits to have to make, or anything complicated really. But what we are going to actually want to do is get some light, because otherwise things are going to start spawning on top of the podzol. But yeah, that's pretty much the design of it, and what you will be having is obviously powered rails will then be running underneath the actual podzol. So, thank you very much. Now obviously if you're making this farm, you're going to want to run in the collection system first. So let's get our torches back on the bar. You and you there. So you'll have the powered rails running either side. Break you for a second. And then you'll just have a hopper minecart running up and down and all the way around this actual farm. So yeah, so what will happen is if a mushroom would eventually thread, like I said, this is going to be an extremely slow farm. I'm not expecting tons and tons of mushrooms, but with the sort of size and scale that I'm going with it, it should hopefully produce enough to actually support our needs. So when the hopper minecart's running up and down, if a mushroom grows, it will kick back and forth like that, knock it up, and the way it works is that the 1 tick pulse done by the observer block, because it's quasi powering this sticky piston here, it will send 1 tick pulse pulling it, and it will send another one. And then the first one will just take the block, and then the second pulse will actually leave the block. Because when you send a 1 tick pulse to a sticky piston that's actually got a block on, it will actually leave the block behind. Which is actually how a lot of the double piston extenders and 3x3 doors work. So just another example, if we do that. So it's very, very quick, and there's no chance of it actually breaking. So yeah, Ilmango, very, very good design for a mushroom farm. It's the only fully automatic mushroom farm that I've managed to find, and it's about 100 times better than any of the ones that I thought of. Because the whole concept of just growing the larger mushrooms and then chopping them down with an axe, I tried that. It took me well over an hour to an hour and a half to get the 2 stacks of mushrooms that I have got doing that. And like some of the larger mushrooms, I'd get 3 or 4 extra mushrooms drop, which is great. But then 5 out of 6 of them would only drop 1 mushroom. And then you'd even get some large mushrooms shot down with a Fortune 3 axe that will drop no mushrooms whatsoever. So yeah, as an actual mushroom farm, trying to grow the bigger mushrooms is definitely not the way to go. Not anymore, because I don't know what they've changed. I remember it where I used to chop down one of the larger mushrooms and you'd end up getting about 20 or 30 of them. And wow, one of them's actually already spread and we're getting a return. Happy, happy days. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to run out the collection system first, get all the power tracks in place so I don't have to worry about that afterwards. I've got to go create a bunch of levers, I think. Have I got any levers? Because I need to power all of these as well. Grab our redstone boxes, back them up on the wall. Lever levers, 29 there. Have we? And we've got a stack in there, which should be easy enough for us to I think I may actually have to just go around and poke some holes in the floor. Just to avoid messing around with the pistons as they extend, otherwise it will be powering the block above. And I'm not sure if that would actually quasi-power the piston. No, it doesn't. Well, we could just lay them on the floor then. So let's just double check to make sure that doesn't interfere with it. No, doesn't at all. So yeah, we'll just lay them along the floor. Yeah, so I'm going to quickly run that out. I'm going to get the entire farm laid out and then I'll bring you back once that's all in place and we can see how it's running. So, see you back shortly. Okay guys, now you're probably wondering how comes we're in what would appear to be a little dirt box. And that is because we are. I've done a little bit of AFKing to build up the extra mushrooms that I needed to finish the farm. I finished the farm and the farm now has decided to become a little bit of a mob spawner, as you can see, which is how comes I've had to protect myself. So I actually need to go and grab some glowstone. So I've tried putting torches on the pistons and that skeleton just despawned in front of us. I tried putting torches on the pistons, but each time the pistons kick out it knocks the torches off. And I've actually had a creeper or two blow up while I was building the next two sections. So we've got, what, 1, 2, yeah, we've got 4 different sections now, and it is actually kicking out quite a lot of mushrooms. I've done quite a little bit of a AFK session while I was editing another video. If I don't get killed, go away. It's got an enchanted bow as well. Okay, let's get rid of this dirt. Ouch. Ah, that arrow was the one that was in the dirt. See how many mushrooms we've got? We've got some torches, yep, arrows, and as you can see, we've actually got quite a lot of, just making sure no creepers sneak up on me. We've got quite a lot of mushrooms already, more than we'll probably ever need, so this mushroom farm is definitely working. Now, we need to quickly run out, go grab some glowstone. I don't think I've got any in our storage system at the moment, but I'm fairly sure that we should have some over at our village trading hall. So we'll quickly nip over there, go grab some glowstone and hopefully light that area up. I don't really want mobs spawning around here, and the reason that there's mobs spawning down there is because this area is so lit up, as you could tell. I'm running the wrong way. We're going to go over it, don't we? Yeah, that rabbit should not be there. Oh my god, Endermen are just doing my nutting. It's one bad thing about moving over where there's sand is that the Endermen just pick it up all the time, especially if you're AFKing in the area. Have we got any glowstone? Emeralds. Let's grab some of them. This is just firework stuff, I believe. Yep, all just firework stuff. Where's a cleric? Cleric. Sure, glowstone there. Get some glowstone off of him. Come on, reset, thank you. Grab some more. Yeah, this is how I'm getting my glowstone, by the way. Is that I'm just doing trades with the clerics. But I think that's our best glowstone guy, because the rest of these are like 1 bits of glowstone. If we get a bit of redstone off you, will you reset? No? You don't want to help? No? Come on. 2 bits of redstone. Very expensive for redstone, guys. It's an emerald per piece. Fine, I'll buy an end bell for 4. I don't think I've done that one before. And there we go, we get the swirlies. A bit more glowstone. Emeralds ain't hard to come by anymore, considering that we've got ridiculous amounts of stuff to actually trade now. So I'm not really too worried about spending it. And it's a lot easier getting glowstone this way than it is going into the Nether to mine it. But hopefully once we get a witch farm up and running, we won't actually have this issue. Well, managed to buy lots that time. What do we need to repair? Can we repair this? Doing this should usually, yeah, it repairs all of our armor whenever we come trading as well. If you're wondering how comes I'm sounding a little bit raspy today, it is because my throat's actually killing me. I've woken up and I wanted to get this episode finished, because the next episode is going to be probably a fair few days between this one and the next one, because our next project is hopefully going to be the witch farm. But if it's not the witch farm, it'll probably be the cosmetic stuff that I need to get done around here. But I'll probably have another day or 2 off of recording until my throat decides to sort itself out. Because, yeah, it's pretty sore at the moment. Taking some painkillers, they've not helped at all. Let's put our emeralds away, throw that glowstone in there. Might as well just leave the ender pearl on us, considering we use them. And then we want to, let's go see if we can't kill this bunny. Stop jumping. We should have brought a carrot with eye stuck over there. There we go. Yeah, we don't want rabbits sort of randomly spawning, because we've got our rabbit farm over there. The more that do spawn in the area, the less I'm going to be able to breed them. Let's hop back down here. Hopefully there's not too many mobs. We've got our bow. Let's grab some ender pearls to get up on top of the things. Now I was planning, as you could probably see above the first one, is that I put a load of the stone bricks. So I was planning on just whacking some torches up there. But yeah, I didn't really see the point. Is that yep, it is an invisible spider. Really? That's just cheap. Ouch. Okay, that's him dead. How come he can shoot me over that? Yeah. Okay, I think we are relatively safe. I'm going to need some podzol. Have we got any on us? Nope. I think I can hear an endermite as well. Ah, really? Come on, guy. Ah, and again. Gonna have to replace the mushrooms and all that stuff, but yeah, it's just oh wow, I managed to do that little flying thing where you just sneak down in a hole. And along here, do something like that. So, come on, podzol, thank you. And then grab you. We're gonna need some of the mushrooms as well. Can we reach the chest? Go on. Nope, we can't. Great, awesome. Grab you new. And then ender pearls back. Cute. Get our podzol. I'm not sure if this is where I've broken it accidentally or if an enderman's come and picked it up. I'm fairly sure that they can pick up podzol. Do that. Yeah, there's no water to this place. I'm not really worried about how this area looks. Wow, that massive section is just not there, is it? I'm not really too worried about how this place is going to look. It's mainly because what I actually want to end up doing is just running a item elevator where the mushrooms are being collected. and actually I better eat like half health here. I'm gonna run an item elevator, just take the mushrooms up to inside that little building. That is a very weird thing to happen. Puzzle, thank you. Red mushrooms, thank you. Yeah, I want to run an item elevator just up to that thing so then we don't actually have to come down here. Not that it's a bad looking build, it's like if I had a big area like inside the fortress area that I can display this properly, because it does look like a pretty decent little redstone contraption, and another section is just completely missing. It does look like a decent redstone contraption that I wouldn't mind displaying or running past and looking at, but yeah, in this case it's more just for function, because I'm never going to need as many mushrooms as this thing's going to produce, but it's always good to have them at hand when you do need them. And hopefully that has done the trick. But yeah, as you can see from our output chest, that was only what AFKing for probably around about 3 or 4 hours that I left it running. Come on, guy. He's actually got one of our mushrooms as well. Give us back our stuff. Yeah, they won't actually walk past tracks, which is really weird. And our mushroom back, thank you. Just double check for any more mobs. One good thing about it is that when they do spawn in this little sort of valley bit, that they were getting crushed and killed. And the creepers seem to have despawned anyway. Let's grab our stone bricks. Let's put back these mushrooms. And we've got so much, this area needs to be cleaned up properly. Put away all of that. Get the project chest, all of this stuff has to go back into our storage, utility chest. We might as well put the glowstone in there for now, because it's always going to be a case that we're going to end up needing it at some point or another. Let's throw you in there. Actually, glowstone, some of that can go away into our storage area as well. As you can see, I went through a few of our picks actually digging this area out. But yeah, I think that's it, all pretty much done and dusted now. It does look pretty nice, it looks decent, it runs well. And as you can see, there's another one being kicked off somewhere. I'm just making sure that there's no mob spawns. Now what I'm going to do is that I've got to hop down obviously, and I've got to tear the beacon out, and use it properly for our witch farm, because I'm going to have to do quite a lot of clearing out in that area as well, just to make it quite efficient. But yeah, that's going to be it for me today, obviously, and I forgot that mushrooms can spread 1 block below. Oh, and I just broke our minecart. Everything's going wrong at the end of this episode, isn't it? Put you back together, shall we? Which means I may actually have to go around and actually half slab the floor in this area, because we're probably going to have that issue. Also, I didn't realise that mushrooms could spread on top of observer blocks as well, which is how comes I've half slabbed all the top of the observers. So if you are going to build this, make sure you build it at least 2 blocks up from the floor, and just have the tracks where it's being collected elevated by 1 block, so still underneath. And make sure that you half slab the observers, because mushrooms can actually spread on top of them. But I think that's going to do it for me today. Hopefully you've enjoyed today's episode, and I'll hopefully see you all in the next one. Bye bye.